So which of the following illustrations best describe a colloid? So you have I, which is a liquid, II with tiny bits of particles in it, and then III with bigger particles in it. So we have the options here. Now, the one which is a colloid is II. So the answer is B. For the I is a solution because it's a homogeneous mixture. And then for the III, that is a suspension. So let's move on to question 2. The unique behaviors and properties exhibited by particles that arise from interactions between the sparse particles and the surrounding medium is known as A. Colloidal effect, B. Emulsion effect, C. Suspension effect, D. Tyndall effect. And the answer to question 2 is D. Tyndall effect. Question 3. During science class, a student of Ampichrome GHS discovers that an atom consists of neutrons, electrons, and protons. He then drew the structure of the atom as shown in the diagram. So here's the diagram. Which of the following best describes the location of particles in the part labeled IV? So A. Protons and electrons are in IV. B. Protons and neutrons are located in IV. C. Neutrons and electrons are located in IV. D. It looks like we have B and D having the same options. And it looks like they are actually the correct ones. Because looking at this is the nucleus. And in the nucleus is where you have the protons and then the neutrons. So B or D. And take any of them. Then question 4. GHS 3 students were asked to classify these organisms in diagram W as prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So, which of the following is correct about their classification? So, looking at them, which of them do you think was done rightly? So, let's start with A. With A, you're saying I is a prokaryote and I is a baby. So, A is wrong. B, they are saying I is a prokaryote. It's a baby who is a baby who will have animal cells. So animal cells are not prokaryotes. So we have C and then D. So that's where we have to deliberate to find our correct answer. So C, we have I, which is yes, an eukaryote. II, which is a plant cell, which is an eukaryote. IV, paramecium, which is also an eukaryote, meaning it has a membrane-bound nucleus. And then VII, which is also an eukaryote. Now, we know C is the correct answer, but let's just look out for D. Why D is not correct? So D, I is an eukaryote, correct? II is an eukaryote, correct? Vin is a bacteria, which is a prokaryote. So we know why D is wrong. So the answer is C. Question 5. A mixture in which one substance is uniformly dispersed in another substance is known as A. Suspension, B. Colloid, C. Solution, D. Solution. Now the answer to question 5 is D. Solution. Question 6. An example of a homogeneous mixture is A. Sand and water, B. Oil and vinegar, C. Salt and pepper, D. Sugar and water. The answer to question 6 is D. Sugar and water. Question 7. The illustrations in diagram D below show the stages of development of an organism. Rearrange the stages I, and so on to show the correct stages of the life cycle. Now, with this, we first of all have to establish that this is the mosquito and This is the egg, this is the larva, the pupa, and the adult. The egg is the first, so followed by the larva, which is the second, then the pupa, which is on top, which is the third, then the adult, which is the fourth. So 1, 2. So it's supposed to be like this in this order. So egg comes first, followed by larva, followed by pupa, followed by adult. But looking at the options, C was closer. So in actual sense, the answer is not here, but this is the actual order. I think C was closer to getting the answer right. You have been given the following pictures that relate to energy sources used in everyday life. Which of the pictures highlights more on non-renewable energy sources? So which of these pictures highlight non-renewable sources? W is a solar panel, X is wind turbine, then Y represents nuclear reactor, Z represents hydroelectric dam. So which of them highlights more on non-renewable resources? The one that highlights non-renewable resource is the nuclear reactor. So Y, which is D. Question 9. The impacts of climate change are widespread and affecting the environment and social aspects of life. Rising temperatures, changing weather patterns. These continue to have dropping effects on ecosystem function and services. The following measures can help reduce the effects of climate except. So question 9, improving energy efficiency in buildings, improving greenhouse gas emissions, improving sustainable agricultural practices. D, transitioning to renewable energy sources. The answer to question 9 is question 10. Sodium loses one electron to form sodium ion. What is the difference in charge between a sodium atom and a sodium ion? And the answer to question 10 is A. Because sodium has one electron on the outermost shell, it loses so that it gains a +1 charge. Question 11. The human teeth play a vital role in the process of mastication and contribute to overall oral health of humans. The diagram below shows the types of teeth in humans. So here is the diagram. Which of the following best describe the function of the tooth labeled eye? A, tearing and grasping. B, grinding and chewing. C, cutting and biting. D, crushing and grinding. Now, eye is the incisor, and the incisor is used for cutting and biting. So the answer is C. Question 12. Akosia wanted to see whether a solid substance is an acid or a base. In what order should she arrange the following steps? So first, she's supposed to grind some of the substance to make powder. Then 2, she's supposed to dissolve it in water. Then 3, she's supposed to test with a blue litmus paper. Then 4, she's supposed to look at any changes in color of the litmus paper. So the answer to question 12 is D. Use the drawing of a typical plant cell below to answer question 13. So the plant cell survives with the release of energy through A, cell membrane, B, cytoplasm, C, DNA material, D, mitochondria. The answer to question 13 is D. 14. A PN junction diode allows current to flow in one direction only. In a circuit, how would a diode be positioned to allow current to flow through an LED? A, the positive side of the diode will be connected to the positive side of the LED. B, with the negative side of the diode connected to the positive side of the LED. C, the direction of the diode doesn't matter for LED operation. The diodes cannot be used in circuits with LEDs. And the answer to question 14 is A. 15. How does energy conservation differ from energy conversion in terms of energy use? A. Energy conservation aims to generate new energy, while energy conversion helps maintain existing energy levels. B. Energy conservation involves transforming energy from one form to another, while energy conversion aims to reduce energy consumption. C. Energy conversion focuses on improving energy sources, while energy conservation aims to minimize energy wastage. D. Energy conversion is about saving energy in a physical system, whereas energy conservation involves behavioral changes to reduce energy use. And the answer to question 15 is C. Energy conversion focuses on improving energy sources, while energy conservation aims to minimize energy wastage. Question 16. Which material is commonly used in making simple agricultural tools like hoes and shovels? A. Aluminium, B. Plastic, C. Steel, D. Wood. The answer to question 16 is C. Steel. 17. Which of the following chemical compounds is commonly used in the production of fertilizers? So we have A. H2CO3, A. Na2O2, C. NH4Cl, D. NH4NO3. So question 17 is D. Ammonium nitrite, NH4NO3. Question 18. Most birds sit on their eggs until they hatch. Which of these is the most important reason why birds sit on their eggs? A. To keep the eggs inside the nest. B. To keep the eggs warm. C. To protect the eggs from the wind. D. To protect the eggs from the rain. And the answer to question 18 is B. To keep the eggs warm. Question 19. Why is the life cycle of a grasshopper described as incomplete metamorphosis compared to housefly and mosquito? A. Grasshoppers do not undergo distinct stages of development. B. Grasshoppers have fewer molting stages. C. Grasshoppers have simpler larval stages. D. Grasshoppers lack a pupal stage in the life cycle. And the answer to question 19 is D. Grasshoppers lack pupal stage in the life cycle. Question 20. So, how do umbra and penumbra differ in the situation of shadow formation as shown in the diagram? So A. Umbra consists of faintest shadow. Penumbra is the most defined shadow. B. Umbra forms closer to the light source. Penumbra is further away from the object. C. Umbra is the darkest part of the shadow, while penumbra is a partial shadow. D. Umbra represents sunlight, while penumbra is indirect sunlight. So let's look at it again. The answer to question 20 is C. Umbra is the darkest part of the shadow, while penumbra is a partial shadow. Question 21. A CB breathed air through a delivery tube in a test tube containing lime water, as shown in the diagram below. The lime water turns milky. Identify the milky substance in the test tube. A. Calcium carbonate, B. Calcium chloride, C. Calcium hydroxide, D. Calcium nitrate. And the answer to question 21 is A. Calcium carbonate. Question 22. Atoms can gain or lose electrons to become ions. The following statements about cations and anions are correct, except A. Cations have more protons, anions have fewer protons. B. Cations are positive ions while anions are negative ions. C. Metals form cations while non-metals form anions. D. There's no difference between them. They are the same. The answer to question 22 is D. There is no difference between them. They are the same. Question 23. Which of the following statements accurately compares ruminant, monogastric, and poultry feed characteristics? A. Monogastrics have complex stomachs with multiple compartments for fermentation, unlike ruminants and poultry. B. Poultry feed typically contains high levels of cellulose to support efficient nutrient absorption, different from ruminants and monogastrics. C. Ruminants require high fiber feed for proper digestion, while monogastrics rely on grain-based diets for energy. D. Ruminants, monogastric, and poultry all have similar digestive systems and nutrient absorptions. The correct answer to question 23 is C. Ruminants require high fiber feed for proper digestion, while monogastrics rely on grain-based diets for energy. Four different thermometers were used to measure the temperature of water in 4 different beakers. Which thermometer reading shows the hottest water? So this thermometer is around 20. This thermometer reads 40. This thermometer reads about 10. And this thermometer reads about 30. So looking at it, option B is reading 40, which seems to be the highest. So question 24 is B. 25. Hammer was used to drive a nail into the wood as seen in the diagram. How was the hammer and nail related in terms of pressure, area, and force from the diagram? A. The application of area over a small surface. B. The application of force over a small area. High pressure at the point of contact. C. High pressure does not allow the nail to penetrate the wood. D. No pressure at the point of contact. And the answer to question 25 is B. Application of force over a small area. High pressure at the point of contact. Question number 26. The following picture shows a light bulb connected to a battery in an electrical circuit. Which of the following objects connected to point 1 and 2 will allow the bulb to glow? A. Iron nail. B. Plastic spoon. C. Rubber band. D. Wooden stick. So what are you supposed to connect to these keys for the light to lit up? So looking at it, the answer is A. Iron nail, because it's a good conductor of electricity. 27. The word equation that represents the reaction between sodium hydroxide and HCl is, the answer is C. Sodium hydroxide plus HCl will give you salt and water. Question 28. Plants grow best in soils that are rich in. The answer to question 28 is decaying plants and animals. 29. The food producer within the plant cell uses energy from the sun and converts carbon dioxide and water into sugar. This subcellular structure is called chloroplast, mitochondria, nucleus vacuum. The answer to question 29 is A. Chloroplast. Contains chlorophyll. 30. Water vapor from lakes, rivers, and oceans rises into the atmosphere due to the sun heating the Earth's surface. As the water vapor cools, it condenses into tiny droplets, forming clouds. When these droplets combine and grow heavy enough, they fall back to the Earth's surface as rain. What is the technical name for the last process of the water cycle? The answer to question 30 is C. Precipitation. 31. Which of the options below show the stages of housefly life cycle after hatching? So adult larva, egg pupa. B. Egg adult, pupa larva. C. Larva pupa, adult egg. D. Pupa egg, larva adult. The answer to question 31 is C. Look at it closely. A larva, a pupa, adult, the adult lays an egg. So the answer is question C. So the table below shows an incomplete arrangement of food substances, their sources, functions, and deficiency. Complete the table by selecting the appropriate option for each food substance. Use the table to answer 32, 33, and 34. So question 32. Carefully look at the options and see if the food function and deficiency matches to calcium. And looking at question 32, the answer is actually D. Calcium, cheese, builds a skeletal framework and then prevents rickets. Question 33. Iron as well. Just look carefully and then choose the one that satisfies iron. And the correct answer is C. You get iron from lean meat. Iron builds hemoglobin and prevents anemia. Then question 34, ascorbic acid. It's a type of vitamin. Correct answer to question 34 is C. Ascorbic acid is gotten from fresh fruits, helps in the resistance to infections and then prevents scurvy. The diagrams below for question 35 and 6 shows how energy can be transformed. Study the activities taking place in each of the diagrams below and select from the given options the energy changes that take place. So this is for question 35. The answer to question 35 is B. Because the person sitting on a bicycle has chemical energy to make the bicycle move. So we have kinetic energy in there, and the gears go round to produce sound energy. Now, that's a generator actually. So we have electrical energy at the end, and this electrical energy gives off light energy, and the light will definitely give us heat energy. So the answer is B. Let's look at the next diagram. So we have a tube flowing with liquid, turning this, looks like a radar. Over here, heat is being generated to heat the water. So let's look at question 36. Let's look at the options. So with A, we have kinetic energy from the water to mechanical energy, then to electrical energy, and to heat energy. So B begins with the wrong type of energy. So let's check out C. C also starts with a wrong type of energy, sound. Then D also starts with the wrong type of energy. So the answer to question 36 is A. 37. What happens to particles of a solid when it is heated to its melting point? A. They break free from their fixed positions. B. They disperse in the air as individual particles. C. They stop moving altogether. D. They vibrate faster but remain in fixed positions. And the answer to question 37 is A. They break free from their fixed positions. 38. Consider the structure of ice and water. How do the particles in these two states of matter differ in terms of arrangement and movement? A. Ice particles are more tightly packed and vibrate less than water particles. B. Ice particles are loosely arranged and move freely compared to water particles. C. Ice particles have more kinetic energy than water particles. D. There is no difference in the arrangement and movement of particles between ice and water. The answer to question 38 is A. Ice particles are more tightly packed and vibrate less than water particles. 39. What property of liquids allows them to take the shape of their container but maintain a constant volume? A. Strong forces of attraction between particles. B. Ability of particles to move past each other. C. Random motion of particles at high speeds. D. Fixed positions of particles within the liquid. And the answer to question 39 is B. Ability of particles to move past each other. Question 40. How does the arrangement of particles differ in solids, liquids, and gases? A. Solids have the most organized particles, followed by liquids and gases. B. Gases have the most organized particles, followed by liquids and solids. C. Liquids have the most organized particles, followed by solids and gases. D. The level of organization is the same in all three states of matter. And the answer to question 40 is A. Solid particles have most organized particles, followed by liquids and gases. 41. Which of the following best describes the characteristic behavior of particles in a solid state of matter? A. The particles are far apart and have no fixed shape. B. The particles are tightly packed and vibrate in fixed positions. C. The particles have the most freedom of movement. D. The particles move freely past each other. The answer to question 41 is B. The particles are tightly packed and vibrate in fixed positions. Question 42. Which activity involves conversion of mechanical energy into sound energy? A. Charging of smartphone. B. Playing a musical instrument. C. Riding a roller coaster. D. Turning the pages of a book. The roller coaster gives you kinetic plus potential and then gives you sound energy. So the 42 is C. 43. What form of energy is primarily used when a car is in motion? A. Chemical energy. B. Gravitational energy. C. Nuclear energy. D. Solar energy. Answer to question 43 is A. Chemical energy. 44. Which of the following best represents the transformation of light energy into electrical energy? A. Burning wood in a fireplace. Lighting a candle. C. Running on a treadmill. D. Using solar panel to power a calculator. And the answer to question 44 is D. Using a solar panel to power a calculator. 45. How does heat transfer occur primarily in a metal object? A. Conduction. B. Convection. C. Radiation. D. Absorption. Answer to question 45 is A. Conduction. 46. Which medium primarily transfers heat through the movement of its particles? A. Gas. B. Liquid. C. Metal. D. Plastic. The answer to question 46 is A. Gas. At the annual science fair hosted by a STEM club of a junior high school, learners set up a variety of interesting experiments to showcase scientific concepts as shown below. Use the experiment to answer questions 47 to 50. So we have this diagram here, this diagram here, and this diagram here. So which experiment best demonstrates that light travels in a straight line? A. Measuring the angle of incidence and angle of reflection. B. Observing the shadows cast by different objects. C. Passing light through cardboard. D. Using a pinhole camera to create an image. So let's look at the first image again. So the answer to question 47 is C. Passing light through cardboard. 48. How does refraction of light take place? A. By reflecting light off a screen. B. By refracting light through a prism. C. By diffracting light through a narrow aperture. D. By scattering light in multiple directions. The answer to question 48 is B. by refracting light through a prism. 49. When measuring the angle of incidence and angle of reflection, what principle of light behavior is being demonstrated? A. Dispersion. B. Refraction. C. Reflection. D. Diffraction. So question 49. The answer is C. Reflection. Question 50. What principle of light represents the bending of a pencil in a beaker containing water? A. Dispersion. B. Refraction. C. Reflection. D. Diffraction. The answer to question 50 is B. Refraction. Thank you for watching the video. If you want to see more videos that I make, kindly click on the image by my channel name.